I'm Chunda Besa, a lecturer at Technical Vocational Teachers College in Rwanda, that is TVTC, and I operate under the Department of Education. I offer instructional pedagogy. This workshop had a lot of objectives, but to make mention of a few, it was for the purpose of dialoguing and try to improve how trainers can effectively train their trainees. Apart from that, also try to see how the offering of pedagogies has changed, and that involved going through the process of training and what is involved in the actual training, and which appropriate teaching methods and the latest 21st century methods which we can effect in a training situation. So those are some of the few objectives, though there can be many, even talking about how to keep records as trainers. All those were things which were discussed in this training. Apart from that, also issues to do with how to assess learners and how to set learning outcomes or objectives. All those were the objectives, and that is what this training or this workshop focused on. It's very important because when you talk about a trainer, everything starts from the point of training before we even move to industry. So when you talk about training itself, it helps in terms of how the trainers or the lecturers are going to deliver their subjects. So it starts from there. That is very, very important because it's the same output which we are going to produce as our graduates who are going to the industry. So if the training is improved, it means even the output will be of quality. And that is the great importance to industry, because we are going to have quality, qualified graduates who are going to be operating in the industry. And that will be very much appreciated because they are going to be very much productive in their local environment. So it starts from training, then to industry. So for trainers, it will improve their pedagogical skills and ways in which they are going to handle students. Hence, we are going to have good quality output. The students are going to benefit because this workshop does not just end in itself as a workshop, but it goes beyond that. We talked about moving from a teacher-centered approach to training, also to the latest one, which is encouraged in every training situation, where we try to encourage learner-centered approach to training. So in that regard, students are going to benefit because those are the new approaches to learning which are coming on board. Apart from that, we also discussed issues to do with e-learning, online, the use of gadgets, social media to improve teaching and learning. So in that regard, that is very much beneficial to the student populace, because these are the new trends of pedagogies which we are encouraging in this 21st century. So in that context, that will make life easier and training more easier and accessible. The pedagogical training is going to have a positive approach where industry is concerned, in the sense that the way our forefathers used to teach is different from the way we are teaching today. So it starts from that point, because the way we are training people now is totally different from the way they were taught a long time ago. So in this regard, we are running at par with the needs of society and industry. So this is a workshop which had to focus on those issues: what is involved in training, what are the needs of our clients. So that makes it more profitable when we talk about industry, because we have an overlook, holistic approach concerning everything, starting from training, and talk about assessments and the output we are going to produce. So that is very, very positive and beneficial to industry, and that is the impact we are talking about from this training through classroom environment training, assessments, and then the graduates and wherever they go in terms of their production and productivity. It's very difficult sometimes to put over remarks, because life keeps on running and it keeps on going, and life is dynamic and training is dynamic as well. Many issues have been addressed in this workshop, starting from the point of pedagogy, what it is and what is involved, running through teaching and learning, talking about new forms of learning, principles of learning, of which it was very much educative and interactive. New knowledge has been produced, but knowledge in itself is not appreciated until it is effected or put into practice. So it's a word of encouragement to whosoever is watching me or listening, and whosoever attended this workshop, that they need to apply and effect whatever was discussed in a training session. Without the application of knowledge, then it is pointless and useless of us meeting the way we met. So the profitability of us meeting like that will only be transformed when that knowledge and when the skills are applied in a training situation, and that will be the positive part of this workshop.